Hey everyone, this is Stephanie with OCI. We have Heather here to speak to us about Blue Cross Blue Shield Nebraska. Heather, you are good to go.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay? Jeff, I can see you, so if you can give me a thumbs up, that would be great if you can hear me. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you, Nate. All right, I will start presenting here. Just one second. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. Um, all right, well, thank you all for having me today. It looks like it disappeared. Bear with me. Can you all see my screen?
Yep, we can see your screen.
All right. Thank you guys for having me here today. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to any questions that you all may have, and we're excited to roll out our new products for 2024. I just want to start by saying that we are not going to have a lot of changes on our ACA policies this year. And so, very minimal changes, which is a great thing, but we have a few enhancements that you all should be pretty happy about. Let's see here. So really quick, during our broker symposium, we did share some numbers with you all. So I will just quickly go over that. ACA overall as a whole has hit 16 million members as of January. The state of Nebraska, we're currently at 101,000 enrollees, and that is expected to increase to about 104,000 enrollees for 2024. So what that means for you all as brokers is that there's a lot of opportunity left in the ACA market. Our overall success is based on you all. We have seen about 60% of our overall sales come from brokers. So kudos to you all for your help in helping us be successful. Overall, we have about 18,000 members, and our average monthly sales is about close to 600 sales per month. Our top seller right now is our Bronze Standard Expanded $7,500 plan, and that has sold a little over 4,500 plans so far. Next, just really quick, I know Nate talked about this, but I just want to highlight here on this page, consent and review is definitely important. They are requiring everybody to offer and record that consent and review, and that has been effective as of January 18th. So if you haven't been doing that, please make sure you do that, and you do have to maintain that document for at least 10 years. The other two things that's noted on this slide is that non-standardized plans will be reduced. So, before you used to see about 100 plans being offered through the marketplace, you'll start to see that condensed down where there's less plans from each carrier. So for 2024, we can only offer 4 non-standardized plans within each metal level. And then as of 2025, that will be reduced to about 2 plans per each metal level. Also, bronze plans. Nebraska is a bronze state. And so we are trying to encourage brokers to make sure that if you have customers who are eligible for cost sharing reductions, please make sure that you're looking at the silver plans as well. So the marketplace will start nudging you all as a broker to ensure that you're offering that silver plan if those members are eligible for those additional cost sharing reductions. So be on the lookout for that. So let's talk about some product enhancements. So for 2024, our overall objective for the year and for the next 2 or 3 years is how can we strengthen our broker service model with the brokers that we work with in the state of Nebraska. And so a few things that we are highlighting, we have created a dedicated broker service team. So you all can now contact our group leader team if you have questions or if you need help with any existing policies. If you need help with your sales, we have created dedicated over 65 and under 65 sales team. So I am the manager for the under 65 sales team, and Clancy will be our broker rep for under 65 products. So if you have any questions as it relates to ACA or short term, we are the people you can contact, and we'll be happy to help you. Jumping down to electronic ID cards, I know this has been a big ask for our brokers. We are continuing to work on that to make them available for brokers. But in the meantime, if you have ACA members, make sure that you're including a valid email address when you're enrolling them through the marketplace or through the off exchange plans, because that will allow us to send your members a temporary ID card once they have been effectuated. And so that will prevent you all from having to do a lot of that work on behalf of your members. So as long as they have a valid email address listed on those applications, we will automatically send those electronic ID cards. So make sure that you're updating your members and letting them know to look out for that. We will also create some renewal reports as we approach November 1st, beginning for OEP to help you through that renewal process. And so we'll be sending those reports out either by the end of October or the first part of November. And we'll talk about commissions a little later. However, I did want to holler about or touch on some of our product enhancements. So one of the biggest things that we've received feedback on is that we do not have Blue Card access outside of the state of Nebraska. And so what we've done to provide some type of solution is to offer urgent care benefits outside of the state of Nebraska, regardless of what that condition is. And so if you have a child that is at school in a different state, or if you're traveling, you can utilize those urgent care benefits and it not be an emergency and still get in-network coverage. Okay, so let me repeat that. Urgent care claims, if you're outside of the state, regardless of the condition, will be covered as in-network. It does not have to be an emergency. That will also include telehealth options as well. All right, and then the other thing that we're enhancing for our members is member rewards. So in 2024, it may not be ready as of January 1st, but in 2024, the first quarter, we are offering a member rewards program, and that is going to allow members to collect points based on healthy activities. And so as long as they're having their necessary visits completed, they're getting their screenings done, they're getting preventative services, those points will add up, and those members can utilize those points to obtain gift cards. And so we are planning to not launch that in the first quarter. This is a way for us to be more engaged with our members and just to make sure that they're taking those necessary steps to continue to be healthy. So be on the lookout for that. We will send out a broker update in order to provide more details. One of the biggest enhancements that we're offering for 2024 on our product is that we are expanding our network. So we will offer Network Blue in all rating counties. And so this current year for 2023, we did not offer Network Blue in our metropolitan area. So in rating area 1 and rating area 2, we did not offer that bigger network. However, we are going to offer that for 2024. Now, we will continue to offer the other smaller networks as well. However, it will be based on the plans that they enroll in. So if you're in rating area 1 or 2, and you're on a standardized plan or you're on a bronze HSA plan, those members will continue using the narrow network. They will not have access to that wider network, okay? If you're in process or in rating area 3A, and you're on standardized plans or the bronze HSA plan, they will have access to the Blueprint Health Network. However, if you're in rating area 1, 2, and 3A, and you enroll on a non-standardized plan, except for the bronze HSA, they will have access to that bigger network. Okay, so if they enroll on the non-standardized plans, they can get access to that bigger network regardless of which rating area they're in. And for rating area 3B and 4, they have always been available to access that Network Blue network, and they'll continue to be able to access that as well. One thing I do want to point out is that we have a new provider network flyer that we are sharing with you all, and included on that network flyer, we will include the rating areas, we will include the counties, and it will specifically point out which network is available in which counties. We've also included vanity links, and so that if you've ever been confused or your customers have been confused on, hey, which network or directory should I be looking at, we are going to make it very easy for you all to just share that link with your customers so that they can click on the link and see which doctors are in that particular network. With us expanding and making changes, because of that CMS rule that they are reducing the non-standardized plans, we are discontinuing about 3 of our plans, actually 4 of our plans. And so that is what you're seeing on the screen today. Don't worry about writing all of these down, because we will have a flyer that will specifically show you which plans are ending and which plans your members are migrating to. So on the left, a lot of we have about 3 bronze plans that's going away. We also have a silver $0 deductible plan that's going away, but we will migrate those individuals into bronze standard expanded $7,500 plans, which is our most popular plan. And then that last plan on the bottom will transfer over to the silver standard copay $5,900 plan. Now, even though we are migrating these members, it will only impact about 1,000 members, so a very small impact to members. We have over 18,000 members, so very little impact to the members. So if you have any, just make sure you're referring to that document that we will be sharing over the next week. Additional changes, as I mentioned before on this particular slide, we are making some moves. The plans on the left will continue to be offered for 2024. However, because they will now be on that bigger network, your existing members that may fall on these plans are currently on the narrow network. So in order to reduce the overall disruption for these members, we have decided to move them into a plan that is most similar to the network that they have today. So please make sure you're looking at this list. Again, I will send a hard copy of this to all of you. You'll have access to that by next week. And so make sure that you're referring to that. And if your customers have questions, they are being moved because of that network change. Now, during open enrollment, if they decide, hey, I do want to keep my bronze zero coinsurance plan, they can do that. But just keep in mind, because they are on a bigger network, their rates may change and be a little higher than what they've experienced for 2023. Next, I'll just kind of highlight some of the cost sharing changes that we're having. Again, very minimal changes to our products. We're not adding any new products. We're not making any extensive changes. And so on the left, you'll see what these plan options are for this year. On the right, starting January 1st, the numbers that I've highlighted is what's changing. And so, for example, on the very first row, you'll see our bronze 0% coinsurance plan was currently at a $9,100 deductible. Now that will go into the $9,450. Okay. And so just a minor tweak, and this is because of the CMS changes that's being implemented, higher deductibles, higher out-of-pocket premiums. And so we have to just make sure we're making those adjustments on our end as well. I do want to call out on the fourth row, the silver $0 mental health office visit. On the 87% cost sharing level, we have reduced that deductible and out-of-pocket maximum. So if you see anything highlighted in bolded blue, that means it is a reduction. So that's a better benefit for your members. That is continuing on the next slide. So as you can see, again, just some additional tweaks. For example, that silver standard copay plan, instead of having that $5,800 deductible, it will go up to $5,900. Copay plans have tweaked a little bit. And then at the very bottom, the gold standard copay has a $2,000 deductible for this year. For next year, it will be reduced to $1,500. Again, we will include this information on the documents that we share for next week, and you'll have that available if you need it handy. But very minimal changes. Just really quickly, commissions are not changing for 2024. We will continue to offer the $20 PMPM, and that will be for new and renewing business. We will continue to offer our bonus program for agents, and that will also be for new and renewing business. This is just a quick example of, how much money you can make based on how many members you have. So there's tiering here. If you sell 100 members, you can make potentially about $25,000 per year. If you increase that to 200 members, you can make about $53,000 per year, and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to quickly show that. Of course, you're selling more than just Blue Cross, so you can continue to compound and grow your business depending on however many members you have. For our ancillary products, I did see that there was questions about our short-term options for 2024. And so we will continue to send out updates in regards to this, but pretty much we're close to finalizing everything. But how we will roll out our new short-term plan, we are offering a 36-month policy. Anybody who has been sold a policy from January of 2023 until now or the rest of this year will be offered a new 36-month policy for January 1st of 2024. We will send out those renewal notices by November 15th. And so that will include anybody that you've sold throughout this year. So even if you've sold somebody as of September 1st, for example, they will too be offered the 36-month renewal starting January 1st. So it's important that you notify your members and let them know to go ahead and take that policy so that they can have that policy for the next 3 years. And the reason we're doing that is because of the ruling. They are trying to do away with the 12-month short-term policies. And so in order for us to capture as many of those members as we can, we will offer that 36-month policy starting in November. And so that will put them on a new calendar year contract and cover them over the next 6 months. Now, underwriting will continue to renew those members, or I'm sorry, not renew, but underwriting will continue to underwrite those members after every 12 months. If they get declined for the new 36-month policy, there is an off-exchange qualifying event that will be available for them. However, our hopes is to just continue enrolling those members, less underwriting restrictions so that we can get as many people as we can on those policies. We are also offering a better bonus program and a better commission on the short-term policies. So make sure you're looking out for those additional details that will come out here pretty soon. I did want to call out on our dental essential plans. We will continue to offer those. However, we do have an opportunity. If you add a dental plan with your renewal for ACA, we will waive the Part B services waiting period. So normally that's a 6-month waiting period, and we are looking to waive that if they add dental at renewal. So if you have members who are interested in dental, we'll give them that benefit and reduce that waiting period as of January 1st. Additionally, we continue to offer our Life Secure products. We sell accidental hospital indemnity plans, and then we also have our Geo Blue options available. So if you have members who are traveling outside of the country, these will be some great options for them to ensure that we reduce overall risk for your members. So if you have questions in regards to that or want some more training in regards to those 2 products specifically, please feel free to reach out to me directly. Renewals, renewal information for ACA products. We will be sending out that information as of November 1st. Our letters will include broker information. So if you are currently a broker on a policy, those renewal letters will include your contact name and information, and we will refer those members to reach out to you to help them with their renewal process. We are going to also send out 5 renewal notifications, right? So we want to make sure that they're renewing and have their new plan in place by December 15th. We will make an easy and convenient renewal option available through our broker portal. So if you are not signed up through the BBP, please make sure you sign up so that you can easily renew your members. And there will also be some reporting dashboards available on that renewal site. Renewal cards. So I know we received a lot of questions about, will all of our members get new ID cards? They will not. The only reason we will send out a new ID card is if they make network changes, if the subscriber name changes, if the family goes from an individual to a family plan, or if they make a product change. So if they're just renewing as is and they don't have any changes, they can continue to use their existing ID cards. However, if they fall into one of these categories, they will get a new ID card. And just a quick reminder, individuals who are on Blue Cross plans, we send out one ID, or we send out the ID cards with the subscriber name only. So if you have a family of 5, we'll send out 5 ID cards, but they will all come in the name of your subscriber. Really quick, I just wanted to point out the option that is available in our BBP that will show you how you can export files. So you can see if you have members who are approaching age 25, who are approaching age 65. This is just a convenient way for you to better manage your business with Blue Cross. And so if you need additional help on this, please contact myself or Clancy, and we're happy to walk you through this process so you can have access. And then lastly, just additional information on how you access information within that BBP. If you have submitted off-exchange applications, this is where you will also upload documents. And so make sure that you have a chance to check out this new portal and access it before OEP starts. Really quick, as I mentioned earlier, we will send out some updated marketing materials for you all to help you through your renewal process. This is a list of everything that we have updated and ready to go. We will send out a broker update as of October 5th. And so within that update, you will see our new crosswalk flyer that will show you all of the plan changes that I mentioned earlier. We will provide you with a marketing timeline. We will provide you with options at a glance, which will include your CSR plan. So that's more of the smaller, reduced brochure. We will also include a broker FAQ, a FPL quick reference guide, that new network flyer that I mentioned, and an updated admin guide. We want to make sure you have all of the tools available at your fingertips to help you have a smooth open enrollment period this year. As far as broker communication and member communication, we will send out 3 emails to members notifying them that OEP is open and ready. We'll also send out 2 direct mail options, and these are the dates that we're sending them out. And I've also included some examples of what those will look like. So I went over by 2 minutes, but we do have time to take some questions. So let me see what questions are out there. Will Blue Cross and Blue Shield be issuing new ID cards for every member based on the new ruling requiring family members and benefits being listed on the card? No, our existing cards are still within the requirements of CMS. And so if the only reason we'll send a new ID card is if they fall within those categories. Now, I will say our cards will likely have a, what you call those QR codes. And so the members will be able to scan the QR codes, which will open up member benefits that should be included. If clients are on auto pay with Blue Cross, will they have to set up auto pay again? No, they will not. They will continue on if they currently have auto pay. Or will they need to set it up only if they change? Well, they need to set it up only if they change Blue Cross plans, or even if they change plans with their auto pay continue. Will their auto pay continue? No, if they change plans, we will continue on their plan, and that will be included in the broker FAQ. So it's going to be important for them to go out there and update their auto pay. Because what we have set, they're able to set a certain limit on their auto pay. So if that changes, they'll just need to go out there and update that change. Do we request broker sales kit through OCI or Blue Cross and Blue Shield? If you want printed copies of any of our marketing materials, you can request that directly through us, through our broker portal. And that will be included on the broker update as well. So we'll provide you with instructions on how you can order those products and have those mailed to you directly. I think I did miss a question up above. You say you need to leave consent before going to the marketplace, and then after you give them the eligibility document. How should we be doing that? You can take both consent, or you can have those consents received at the beginning of the application. So what we've been told is that you have to request consent from that member at the very beginning, before you even access their information. Before you submit their information, you just have to verify that yes, what they've given you is correct. And so you don't have to take two separate documents. That can just be one document. You can have them sign it at the very beginning, but I would just recommend that you review that again before you actually submit that application. And can you have Clancy in mind? I will definitely include that information in the chat box here, and then I'll make sure to send an email for you all to have our contact information as well, darling. Can you clarify on the auto pay if their amount changes? You said something about updating their auto pay. So currently our auto pay is set up based on their existing premiums, because the member will go out there and say, hey, my premium is $200. Please update it. Or my premium is $200. Please draft whatever is being taken today. So what they'll need to do is just go out there. We will continue to draft what is billed on that. So if the bill shows $200, we'll continue to show or draft $200. I will definitely make sure that we get that clarification out to you all, because I don't want to cause any further confusion. But we will continue to auto draft what is currently billed. Okay. And so one thing that ends up disrupting the system is that if they have a bill that's higher for January, there may be a lag in the billing. So that's what I was referring to when I say go out there and update it. But auto bill will continue to draft as of January. But I'll just make sure, you know, if their premium changes or if anything changes, if you all need to do anything, I'll just make sure we include that in that update. And to be clear, out-of-state medical visits are only covered if it is an emergency or through an urgency care. So if you travel out of state, emergency visits are always covered. However, if you're traveling out of state, you now have access to non-emergency visits through the urgent care center. And so if you have a child that's going to school in Missouri, and they come down with the flu, they can go to the urgent care center, even though it's not a true emergency, and still get in-network benefits. I hope that clarifies that for you. Are there any other questions? All right. I will definitely include myself and Clancy's contact information within this chat box. But if you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or Clancy, and we are happy to help. If there's no more questions, I will stop sharing and release control back to the powers that be. Thank you all so much for your time today.